Uno.
Captain Kangal, you can't say uno. This is dos. You don't play the game like that.
Did I just hear uno? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Okay, come on, let's continue playing.
Oh, what a beautiful day in my ocean.
Hello. Oh, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day.
Where's my coffee? Did you drink it all? No.
Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Oh, yeah.
Where's it? What do you want? I don't know. You just wanted me and my twin brother. I took your burrito. Because you'd pour a lot.
Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Aywa, where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee?
We're gonna eat well tonight. Captain Kangal, I can make you swordfish burrito. I'm his twin brother, bro.
Then,
Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Burning fire! Burning fire! Burning fire! Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Burning fire! Burning fire! Where's the burning fire? There's a burning fire! Burning fire! Burning fire! Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Burning fire! Bye!
subscribe and like for more. Please, it helps.